Hey, 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 hey. Hey. That's my kind of music.
That's how you start the morning.
This how I feel like I'm connected to my culture when I hear this kind of music.
You should play this in the morning to get you out of bed and get you moving.
Because you ever go to the damn bodega and they just start playing the music and you can't help but to do a little 17 step. Yeah. While you play with their little cat that's hiding somewhere by the cereal.
The cat is by the bread.
Yes. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Welcome to Spark FM Online, Saucy and Friends in the morning. It is a Monday, and it feels like Monday because it is. I feel tired in my soul.
As do I.
Yes.
I don't know what it is, boy.
A busy weekend, though.
It was. Let's do a little wrap up. Sorry. Quick check-in. Let's check in with the interns first. Dante, you were here bright and early. How was your weekend?
It was fine. I stayed at my cousin's house, spent time with family.
What'd you do? Anything fun?
No, just played the game.
I just played the game. What game y'all playing these days? Minecraft?
Yeah, we still play Minecraft.
Do you guys still play Minecraft?
Yeah.
Really? That's pretty accurate, right?
Yeah, it sticks.
And Fortnite? That's for kids?
Yeah, but I don't play it as much as
Grand
I used
Theft
to.
Auto?
Yeah.
And football?
Mm-hmm.
And
Madden.
NBA? Yes, those ones.
Madden.
Madden.
Do they play the NBA one still?
Yeah. NBA 2K.
If anything, people play it more than Madden.
Oh.
Is it still called 2K?
What'd you say?
Yeah.
NB2K?
NBA 2K. Yeah. See, I'm hip. I know all of the games.
Hip to the hop.
Hip to the hop. What about you, Powell? What did you do this weekend?
I also played some games. Warzone, Call of Duty.
Call of Duty.
Yeah,
that's still
the one.
around.
That's
yeah.
the one. What else? I went to see Until Dawn. Scary movie.
Until Dawn.
Yeah.
That's horror?
That's horror.
Are you into horror
I
movies?
love horror movies.
No.
Yeah, me too.
I go to the theater just to watch them. I told my girlfriend, "Hey, let's watch a movie." It's like, oh.
Did she like them?
She didn't know it was a scary movie.
Oh, no. You set her up.
I set her up.
Oh, no. I went to a scary movie once. It wasn't scary. It was Van Helsing.
That was not a scary movie.
Boy, I screamed that whole time, up and down
Terrible.
that thing. I buried my face into him like boy, I was scared. Van Helsing. That's why I remember it like that, because I was like, "Oh, that was scary."
Yeah, I'm not the scary movie girl. I can't do that.
And I think the only scary movies that I actually watched in truth was the Saw movies.
Oh, yeah.
And that was done in a big group. And I think
don't
I
like
watched
those.
The Exorcist once in a big group in the daytime with the lights shining and 17 people. You know, like that was different in college. I was risque.
The Saw is not my type of style. I don't like that.
Oh, because that's
The
more
Saw movies,
gory
oh,
and
man.
mind effery.
Yeah, I tried to see the Chris Rock. Chris Rock produced one of the Saws, like maybe the last.
Oh, did he?
The one before last.
Yeah. Oh.
And I did not. I
Terrible.
could not get it.
Because it was mean.
I'm one of those like you gotta had to fast forward.
Yeah.
For the pots.
Yes. What about you, JC? We haven't seen you in a minute. How you been?
Good. Had to take care of my mom because she was very sick and her back is not too good.
Oh no.
So I had to do like a lot of that. And then on my if I had 1 hour there, I would play some COD like Paul.
Call of Duty.
Yeah.
Oh,
Short name COD. Nickname
Some
COD.
COD. Is Call of Duty one of those ones that you can talk to other people when you're playing it? Oh, that's fun. I want to do that. I'm gonna enter into the
people talk
gaming
to
world.
strangers.
Well, you can invite your own friends.
Oh, that's nice. I want to
Yeah.
invite my own friends too, because I don't want to play with strangers. And Mr. Nick, where was you? We was actually looking for you this weekend, Nick.
We went down.
Go to the mic, young fella.
Nick,
go.
Hello, Nick.
Nick got headphones. He got his own headphones.
Nick is checked out today. How was your weekend?
It was good. I mostly stayed at the house.
Oh,
And
good.
I went one day with my friends to Braintree Mall.
Doing what?
We was just hanging out.
You just like to hang out in all the.
You know, this week we were in
find
South
out.
Bay and we were looking for Nick. We were like, I bet you Nick is not around South Bay because we're going to get him.
You the friend that like to do ratchet things.
Ratchet thing,
With the
yeah.
hood rat
I know.
things.
When we were in South Bay, we were driving through looking for you, and we were like, if we see Nick out here, we gonna put him and his friends in this.
Yep. Get in the car, Nick and his friends.
Now.
God damn it. I'm gonna look for Nick all summer because I know Nick be hanging out. So we got a great show lined up for you guys today. I'm gonna talk about some things, you know.
We went to Chronics on Friday
Oh
night.
yes, how did we
Cranium.
do?
Cranium.
Yes.
You went to Cranium?
How
Cranium.
was- Yeah, we went to Cranium. That was nice.
That was a
Cranium
really-
was very vulgar.
Cranium? You think so?
He is that. First of all, if you ever listen to the words and nobody afi know,
When he says he's gonna wash it in the sink.
I got a fat something for you. Like from the
What
start,
song is it when he was like, and wash it in the sink?
it's some other. He
That's
is
the same song. Girl
it is-
Oh,
policy.
same song?
Yeah, it's very, very, very,
I
very
don't know.
out of control.
Cranium is very Pastor Troy, very Jamaican love song.
Jamaican love song. Yeah.
But I liked it. I had a great
Okay.
time there.
Yeah.
And then Saturday was what?
Saturday we came here.
Saturday? Nope.
Nope.
That was yesterday.
Oh, Saturday.
I went to Alvin Ailey Saturday
Yes,
night.
and I went to the Chamber by Enjoy the Thrill.
Yes.
And that was dope.
Yeah.
Tell us about Alvin Ailey.
Alvin Ailey was very good. You know, Alvin Ailey is what it's going to be. It's going to be the people dancing, and you have to make your interpretation of what the dance is. They no longer give out paper programs, so you have to go find your digital program and find out whatever. So it was very nice. They did a couple of new pieces, and then they did their classic piece at the end, the Revelations, and it was nice. We
I'm
really
not sure I would like it.
yeah, you know, it's more for people who appreciate the art.
Yeah, I appreciate the arts, but you know, after a couple of dance moves, you know, after a couple of scenes, then I'm already kind of checked out. So
Yeah.
I'm glad that it's an experience. I
Yes.
probably wouldn't do the experience more than once, like how people are like, oh, I've seen it 15 times. No, I'm not gonna see it.
Seen it every time.
Just gonna go to say I went to Alvin Ailey, and then I think it's amazing and beautiful. But you
Yeah.
know, there's different strokes out there for different folks.
Yeah, I went with Lady Lee, and she very much enjoyed it, and I thought it was nice.
Yeah.
So that, and then yesterday there was a nice vendor fair.
Oh,
here.
before we go to Sunday, so
Okay.
I
Oh, yeah, go
went
ahead.
to
Sorry.
the Chamber, R&B Chamber, with Cam, who is one of our team members here at Spark FM. What a dope event! I never experienced the Chamber. I always heard people talk about it, but experiencing it's so dope. It's so full of energy. That night was R&B night. I didn't know that there was so many dope, independent, home-based R&B singers here that just be blowing it out the water. And they have a huge fan base. Like, the people knew their songs. They were singing them. They were repeating them word to word. I loved it. It was over there by the firehouse. Where is that?
It's Kane Square.
Kane Square. Is that Kane Square?
Kane
All
Square
my
downtown.
life.
Yeah. Up in
I've
corner.
never knew where Kane Square actually was.
Upham's corner, yeah.
Oh.
No, before Upham's Corners.
Before Upham's.
It's like next to a...
It's the intersection of Bowdoin and Hancock.
Yeah.
Kane
Yes,
by the
yes,
salt
yes,
place.
yeah.
Right?
By the fire station.
by the fire station.
The
With a
fire
big
station
church.
up there in the
By
big
a big
church.
church, uh-huh.
Yeah, it was very, very nice. Shout out to I forgot the name of the young lady who won, but it's pretty much a tournament, R&B tournament. If you could call it.
You know what? I was really looking forward to seeing that, and I hate that I missed it.
Yeah, well, they're gonna have more. This was their third R&B one.
Yeah.
And I think they're up to 9 regular ones
Mm-hmm.
or something like that. So big shout outs to them. And then Sunday, what do we do first on Sunday?
We went to a nice brunch.
Oh, we went to a nice brunch over at Savin Hill. Had a nice steak and eggs. That was very
It
nice.
was very nice.
And then we came here.
Mm-hmm.
And here at Spark FM was a big pop-up vendor fair. There was 17 vendors in here. And I heard everybody did very, very well.
Yeah. And there was some nice things being offered here.
Shout out to Talk of the Town, G Honcho, who put that together.
at the
He said that
food.
they've had, big shout out to T4 I believe it is Mavrika and her crew. They were down here, had all kind of oxtail, jerk tail,
Man.
jerk
jerk
Chicken.
jerk chicken. I mean, what the hell is a jerk called? Jerk chicken, macaroni. There was glassware. There was earrings. There was juice.
Body things.
Body things. There was body sculpting.
Plants.
Body sculpting.
Body sculpting.
Wow.
Plants, candles, clothing, hair and skin accessories. Very nice, very nice.
Very nice.
They'll be doing that once a month here at Spark FM. The next one is May 18th, I believe it is. So if you guys are interested in event, and they only use half of the space, which was interesting to me. Because they could have definitely filled out the whole thing, but they only used half, which was very nice. Very nice. Got to do a lot of mopping. Boy, we got to mop. But that was a great weekend. And then I got home and sat down. Yes. That's what you got to do. Rest on a Sunday.
That's what God did.
Yes, he did.
Amen.
Yes, he did.
Hallelujah.
Amen.
Yes, he did.
Let the Lord say.
Hallelujah.
Amen. With that said, let's get this show started because we got a lot of grounds to cover. Saucy and Friends officially starts right now.
You're listening to Saucy and Friends in the morning with Miss Hot Sauce, Miss Tony, and Rockstone Triss.
You are now listening to Spark FM.
You are enjoying the miracle of radio.
New England's #1 urban Caribbean music. Radio. Spark FM.
Call Spark FM at 617-272-3387.
Yeah, hit a note like Mariah. Can you hit it? Ooh, there you go. That's
Look
it.
at that. Look all the dogs coming running into the studio.
Today is April 28th. It's 9:25 a.m. It's going to be a high of 71 degrees today. Technically, right now, it is only 62 degrees, but it is warm weather because I was outside with no coat on today, walking the dog. It is going to be sunny for the rest of the day. Precipitation's in the zero, so it's not supposed to rain. But it's going to be a beautiful day just today. Tomorrow's going to be about 75 degrees. So that's going to be an even better day, but it'll be a little bit cloudy. But, enjoy the weather when we get it. When it's warm.
Don't enjoy it too much. Some of y'all go straight to summer, and it's like I've not
seen
that.
So many mini dresses and so many
little shorts,
crops and shorts.
Yes, and it's
I've seen it all, and
it's just warm. It's
Yesterday
not
was
summer.
No?
Yesterday was cold.
freezing.
Yeah.
Yesterday was really cold.
Yesterday
I wore my
was
summer. I wore my winter jacket yesterday.
Yeah, man. Yesterday was very, very cold. I did not appreciate that.
And shout out to the people that suffer from allergies, because boy, this weekend was
This weekend
for
was
me.
bad. It was bad. It was bad with the allergies, and I think that like when the trees are in like fully bloom, then it's not so bad. But as they're like blooming,
terrible.
that's when all that stuff is shedding.
And you know what? I just want to do a PSA because today I went to Burger King to get my tea today, which is a lot cheaper than Dunkin' Donuts. A lot cheaper, about $2 cheaper.
$2.
Probably the cheapest.
Yeah, because nobody goes there for that. So that's my new thing. Well, when I was in there today for the drive-thru, there was about 10 young boys out there smoking the weeds before the school, and one of them had to be at least 9 years old.
Oh my gosh.
They were all between probably the age of 13 and 17. And then one like very, very young one. He looked like he was there with his big brother. Because you go, where he go, you go. That one. I just want to encourage parents to just kind of check in. Make sure they got to school. And not in front of Burger King smoking the weeds. And then tell them if they want to smoke the weeds, go go in the corner somewhere
I was
where
gonna say,
people
that's
can't
bold,
see you.
right?
It's right behind the drive-through. So I
have a heart
stared at
attack.
them, looking at them, and I wanted to say something, but I didn't want to say nothing.
And
I was
that
scared of my
Burger King
family.
needs to do better because remember there was an incident with the security guard and some young men at that Burger King not too
Oh,
long
there
ago.
was, yeah.
So they need to.
And it was like literally right in front of the door, right in front of the side door of Burger King.
no.
And I was just kind of confused about it because I know it's Monday, school is back and whatever. We just got to make sure that they get to the schoolhouse, or that we just have them move off to the
They
side.
shouldn't be smoking weed, so yeah.
I mean,
I was 18 when I started smoking.
I was right
I was like
now.
17?
I was 34.
Huh?
No, I wasn't. How old am I now? 34?
Yeah.
Sure, yeah. That's what you want to be.
I'm 34
Yeah.
today. Just my new age is 34. Let's get into the news for today. Miss Tony, what's going on in our local people?
Well, Massachusetts
Yes.
bill will eliminate life sentences without the possibility of parole, and here are the details.
Really?
Yeah, hoping to finally make headway after years of efforts, criminal justice reform advocates knocked doors Wednesday at the State House asking lawmakers to back a bill to give people facing life sentences the chance at a parole hearing. The companion House and Senate bills would eliminate life sentences without the possibility of parole by allowing incarcerated people the opportunity to have a parole hearing after 25 years of their sentence. It would not guarantee parole, only a hearing. We have Mr. Dickerson, 50 years at MCI Norfolk. He's been here.
50 years?
Yep, he's been there. I think he needs a second chance, Mr. Parker. 25 years yesterday. They need a second chance, said Cynthia Goldberg of the Campaign to End Life Without Parole, gesturing at photos of the incarcerated men. It would also require the Department of Correction to provide anyone sentenced to more than 25 years with the chance to participate in a restorative justice program connecting the prisoner and victims, family of the victims, the parties up to a crime, and community members within the prison. What does that mean?
I don't know. The clip is here. Let's
Okay,
see
go
if
ahead.
they
Yes.
explain it
Yes.
because that's
This is
so
older
interesting.
here. I'm not sure if this is from Mass, but this is an older clip.
60 with at least 18 years served to apply for parole say the legislation is primarily about one man, Gary Place.
I think of him as the face of this bill. He is my client. He has a remarkable record at the Berlin facility. He's been locked up since the day of the crime.
Place was convicted of murdering his fiancée, Wanda Olson, in Concord in 19. Testified that Place had paranoid personality disorder, not PTSD.
Yeah, you can continue.
What else is the goal there is to identify and address harms and needs and obligations resulting from an offense, to understand and reconcile the impact of the offense, according to the bill text.
That's so interesting.
Yeah,
I mean, because
why do we think it is at, not we, but the people who are proposing this bill, they think that after 25 years, people should be reformed?
Yeah. So, I guess, you pay the time, you do the crime, you pay the time. There are certain situations, I feel like there are certain situations where the people don't need no chance at parole.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if you did gruesome, crazy, ridiculous, out of the wall, crazy-ish, then okay, you got to stay there. But for the people, that had a lapse in judgment or did something out of anger, they didn't necessarily mean it, they don't have any criminal record before or after, things like that. I believe that after 25 years in jail, you're recidivist. You're rehabbed. Even if you're not rehabbed, I think that after 25 years, you should be allowed the chance of, coming back out into society and trying to do better. Obviously on parole and stuff, and if you violate that, then you go back. But I think that there should be a second chance of life, especially after 25 years. That's crazy.
Years. Yeah. So we'll see. We'll watch that and see what happens there with that.
Because I want a chance at life, what if I went to jail?
Yeah.
I want a chance.
Well, you don't do anything that'll make you go to jail.
Touche. Be preventative instead of defensive.
Yes. Prevention is better than intervention.
Yes, sir.
2 people have been injured following a stabbing in Roxbury. A stabbing in Roxbury has left 2 people injured. The incident occurred just before 3 p.m. on Saturday when officers assigned to Jamaica Plain responded to the area of 7 Dixwell Street in Roxbury to a report of a stabbing. Upon arrival, officers found 2 victims suffering from stab wounds and were transported to local hospitals. Boston police say both victims have suffered non-life-threatening injuries. District detectives have responded and are handling the investigation, and currently a suspect is believed to be in custody but has not been confirmed. People just be out here willing to stab and all,
Just be
willy and
killing
nilly.
people. You know, that is crazy.
Smile, Saucy. Bus lane and stop cameras are coming for you.
Woo-hoo! Yes,
Yay.
I cannot wait to get random arbitrary tickets in the mail because I did nothing.
Yeah. Attention, Southie drivers. Starting this fall, the MBTA is rolling out cameras to catch those who block bus lanes or stops. If you're caught, expect a fine of up to $125.
Kiss my blood.
Delivered straight to your inbox. Ouch. This initiative stems from a stale law.
Exactly, a stale law.
A state law passed in early 2025 allowing the MBTA to equip buses and certain bus stops with cameras to identify and find vehicles obstructing bus lanes and stops. The signs are set at $100 for blocking a bus stop and between $25 to $125 for parking in the bus lane. The MBTA has issued a request for information from technology firms to provide automated camera-based enforcement systems. These systems should accurately identify and ticket unlawfully parked, standing, or moving vehicles in bus lanes.
Here is the clip.
On buses and poles near bus stops to catch drivers who block bus stops and bus lanes. Those cameras would take a picture of your car and automatically mail you a ticket. The T is still sorting out the fines, but they could be as high as $125. In January, Governor Maura Healey signed legislation allowing cameras for this purpose on public transit.
The goal of this is not to generate revenues. It is for people to obey the law.
The cameras will be automated, but a human will review the footage before they issue that ticket. There will also be an appeal process. The MBTA Board of Directors still has to approve this idea. Current timeline for that is for the whole program to be up and running this late fall. Doug and Antoinette.
So don't throw away the junk mail, Katie.
No.
All right, thank you.
That Antoinette, she's funny.
Ha!
Ha! Bertucci's closes more Massachusetts restaurants after latest bankruptcy filing.
People go back to get a little margarita pizza.
And them little breads. Oh, Bertucci's got the nice bread and butter. That is nice. Oh, you get the little what did they give you? The little olive oil?
Yeah,
and
with the bread.
And then you put some cheese in it and dip the bread in there. Oh, that is nice.
That's so good.
Bertucci's, a Northborough-based restaurant chain that offers casual Italian dining, has closed more Massachusetts locations as part of its latest bankruptcy filing. Restaurant locations in Braintree, Mansfield, North Andover, Norwood, and Plymouth were shuttered in an effort. I didn't know the Braintree one closed. I didn't realize that. In an effort to mitigate losses incurred by a Florida-based debtor, according to the filing, a location in Warwick, Rhode Island has also closed. Despite some success with certain restaurants, the debtor has been severely hurt by the unanticipated deterioration of the U.S. economy and lack of consumer demand for legal legacy casual dining brands, the filing stated. In 2022, the chain closed restaurants in Beverly, Brockton, Canton, Marlborough, and North Attleboro after losses caused by the COVID-19 pandemic and inflation. 10 restaurants remain open in Massachusetts: Chelmsford, Framingham, Hingham, Medford, Newton, Reading, Waltham, West Roxbury. Oh, West Roxbury is still open. Westboro, right down
VFW.
Yeah. And Westboro and a Pronto location on Tremont Street in Boston.
Hell is a Pronto?
Like a quick one? Is that the one? By Children's Hospital? No, but that says this says Tremont Street in Boston.
Yeah, Tremont.
Where's there Bertucci's on Tremont Street? I don't know.
Yeah, I've never been to Bertucci.
What?
No, I've never been to Bertucci.
That's crazy. Even y'all are silly.
I'm sorry. Let me see. It's right here. Let me tell you where it is. It's next to Faneuil Hall.
What?
This one?
Ah.
Oh, in front of City Hall Plaza. That's not Tremont. That's Tremont Street.
Yeah, that's Tremont Street.
Tremont Street is a weird street.
It is because it goes everywhere.
It just ends up in places. You end up on Tremont Street and you don't even know you're there. Because where all the theaters is Tremont Street. But Tremont Street is also the one that you drive down. And then how does it get over there to the
to
theaters?
get into the hood, too.
Yeah.
Because we go
all the way to the hood. Well, no, by the bridge. By the bridge, and then we take the left. To get on the highway.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I was driving.
Me too, and then I still got lost. Even sideways, the car did not fit. The roving U-Hub photographer Patrick from West Roxbury came across this scene on Center Street near the library across from Kids Are Kids this afternoon. After hitting a Tesla and flipping over, the driver was able to get out of the newly sideways vehicle. How did that happen?
I don't. That's crazy. And it's so parked so nicely in between.
The two cars.
Yeah.
Well, that's it. There's no story there. It's just, that's it. That's just what it is.
You got the picture Tristan to show? Oh, wow. Look at that.
Yeah, I'm showing them.
I love Tesla.
I love Tesla.
Hey.
I don't know why he don't make a commercial with that. I would consider purchasing one. I love Tesla.
I
love Tesla.
I mean, Tesla's going down. It's not
Judge Toller.
There's no good. There's no good things going down with Tesla.
Judge Toller.
Japan Festival returns to Boston.
There.
Really?
Yep, I'm there.
Culture, cosplay, and cherry blossoms are the ingredients needed for the perfect Japan Festival in Boston. Thousands of people gathered in the Boston Commons to celebrate the Japanese traditions at the annual festival. Y'all missed it. Organized by volunteers, the festival. But you know what? The Panda Festival is coming next week.
Oh yeah,
It's next week already.
I think so, isn't it? Like May 5th or something like that, early in May. Organized by volunteers, the festival featured a live DJ, interactive workshops, dancing, 30 food stalls, and 60 vendor booths. Japan Festival board member Etsuko Yashiro is constantly amazed at the level of attendance and enthusiasm from the attendees. We are actually surprised so many people are interested in and love Japanese culture, especially the Japanese food. The celebration, which started in 2012, honored the 100th anniversary of the gift of the cherry blossom trees bestowed on Washington, D.C. from Tokyo. And this happened in the Boston Commons over the weekend. And that must have been nice. I wonder if they had a little soca in Japan table.
Oh, that would be nice.
That's some audio from that.
Celebrate.
2025 is officially over.
Thank you for coming, and we'll see you next year.
Sayonaraじゃなくて、またね.
I like that. I wonder what she said.
Crossplay is so interesting for me for them to have that there because I don't want nobody colonizing. What is it called? Culturally appropriating my culture. Why we gotta crossplay? Why we can't just go in our jeans and t-shirt and just enjoy the Japanese culture? Why we got to put on?
Because everybody wants to be involved in the culture when they go to celebrate it. So that's why they put on the costumes and stuff so they can feel like they're part of the culture. What is that?
They want to show their support.
Yeah, and I don't think it's misappropriation, inappropriation. What's the word?
Appropriation.
Disappropriation.
Cultural appropriation.
Just appropriation, period. Yeah. And then, of course, thousands marched through Boston for the 60th anniversary of MLK's Jr.'s Freedom Rally.
Oh, man, I forgot.
Me too. On a rainy day in late April 1965, Martin Luther King Jr. stood on the Boston Common Bandstand and addressed a crowd of 20,000 people who had marched with him from Roxbury. 60 years later, on a similarly rainy day, thousands gathered at Trinity Church in the Back Bay and marched to Boston Common in commemoration of that monumental event. Oh, that's not a far walk either. Anniversaries are often a time for celebration. Boston Martin Luther King III told GBH News that Saturday's remembrance of the Freedom March was more about re-engagement
He was the honoree, right?
Oh, he was?
I think
okay.
the what did they call it? The end speech?
Keynote.
Yeah.
Because as we take a snapshot of where we are in issues of education and issues of poverty and issues that were raised at the time of the initial Freedom Rally, it feels like we still have a long way to go, King said.
Here goes our clip from that over the weekend.
5. Thousands of people protested racial imbalance in housing by marching from Roxbury to the Boston Common. This was led, of course, by Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Our Malcolm Johnson has more on today's milestone.
As rain drops, the light of tomorrow's future shines through the clouds on the 60th anniversary of the 1965 Freedom Rally. When Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. led over 20,000 people from Roxbury to the Boston Common in protest of racial inequities.
Well, in 1965, it was raining, and rain represents renewal, redemption, refreshment. It's the water is a source of life, and so it's only fitting that on the 60th anniversary, it would also be raining.
I spoke with Martin Luther King Jr. III about his father's mission.
Sometimes we have to step back to move forward.
You talk about taking that step forward. What do you think your father would be doing right now to do that?
Well, first of all, I'd have to say if my father lived, we'd be on a different trajectory. We wouldn't be probably addressing these issues. There may be some new ones.
King says his father, if alive, would be building broader coalitions.
It's not an individual movement. It's a people movement. And we also should remember that it was not masses of people that brought about the change. It was a few good human beings.
Some of the human beings that marched 60 years ago.
We marched from Roxbury to the Boston Common.
Returning today.
Very emotional, very high-spirited. But at the same time, as you know, the saying goes, as things change, some things remain the same. And got to put that into perspective.
I've been protesting ever since. I've been taking my kids to protest since they were baby. It's very moving to be here.
Mayor Michelle Wu announcing the new name for the corner of Boylston and Charles Street.
I am deeply humbled to officially declare this the 1965 Freedom Rally Square.
A rally for justice 60 years later.
A country where Dr. King's dream is no longer deferred, but finally delivered.
With hundreds taking action for hope.
We need an opportunity to show solidarity in a moment where there's so much divide in our country.
Just as our elders did, we choose to gather.
We've got to connect again so we can say, I may not know you, but I know where you're coming from, and I will be here to help you.
Standing here right now, there is a palpable level of passion from the hundreds of folks that have shown up here on the Common in inclement weather, no less. Many of them planning to do as the lyrics in Lift Every Voice in Sing state, to march until victory is won.
Yes, Malcolm.
Reporting in Boston, I'm Malcolm Johnson.
Thank you, Malcolm. Thank you, cousin. Malcolm. He did a good story, Malcolm.
Yeah, that was very well done,
Very
Malcolm.
You must be related to the Cosby.
Yeah.
You got that Cosby twisted him out.
He do. I knew about this.
We spoke about it.
We also, you know, like, I'm glad that they was out there.
Me too.
Yeah.
Me too. That's very nice.
Question though, what do you guys think that the olden day civil rights leaders had going for them that we seem to kind of be missing a little bit right now?
I think that they actually had people who were willing to go out and do things back then. I think now, like, we are quick to hop on to and that's showing our support, instead of like actually going out there, hit boots on the ground.
Yeah. Boots to the ground, yep.
And doing the actual work. I think they had that. And then, you know, people were a lot more serious back then. I think this administration and just a lot of stuff that is going on right now just doesn't seem very serious. And it doesn't seem like, I think back then they could see the tangible differences.
Yeah.
And now we're not like, it's a lot of people are just like, it's not going to make a difference. So.
It's so interesting to me because I know that we've been in this position in America before. But like you just brought up something, has the presidents that are like Trump, who have the ideology, have they been so like clownish too? Were they clownish?
No, I don't think so. I think that this is the most clowny. It's just not serious. It's so stupid. Look at the issues that Donald Trump is picking up every day. Why are those the things that you are concentrating on when there are really, really serious issues that are happening? There are people that are starving, but you're worried about taking out a historical lunch counter.
Yeah.
There are people that are like
mentally ill and whatever,
and all of this and whatever.
Research,
there are people who are losing their homes and all of this stuff, and you're worried about Columbus Day should just be Columbus Day.
Yeah.
Like, what is your problem? Like, what are you doing? That you're just so not serious. And I want the American people, and especially the people who voted for him, to hopefully be realizing something, and the fact that they're not realizing anything and they're still riding with him just goes to show how unserious America is. America is we look like a bunch of clowns.
We do.
We are the butt of every joke. And it's so ridiculous, and I'm not proud to be American. It's disgusting.
I think we're just so divided. I think we're so divided, and what's the other word? I think there's so many distractions. Divided and distracted.
We are spoiled and complacent, and honestly, we have a lot of advantages. What is it? And not entitled. Entitlement, a lot of that too. And I feel like we're in a weird state because I feel like Black people collectively are choosing to kind of not fight the system this time around, because it was just like, I think we tried everything and this is just unfair and this is what you guys want. So we're going to just sit down. Because even in that march just now, I saw a lot more non-melanated people than I did, melanated people. And it's very interesting.
And maybe it was the fact that there was like forced segregation back then. So you had no choice but to stick with each other.
Yeah.
And now it's just like, it's not that anymore.
Every man for themselves.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Very interesting. Rosie said, go back to the thingy. Folks need food, medication, housing, education, and basic necessities. Exactly. And we're worried about paper straws.
Yeah.
Okay. Makes it sound good. We can't afford no health care and nothing like that, but we taking away people's 501.
Right, we can't afford no health care, but your president is on there talking about it's illegal to not buy a Tesla. Like, what are you talking about?
Exactly.
What's happening here?
Terrible. Is that all we have for the Around the Way
That's
news?
Around the Way news. Yeah.
All right, we're going to go to a quick commercial break, and we'll be right back in a few moments. Keep it locked right here. Spark FM Online.
You're listening to Saucy and Friends in the morning with Miss Hot Sauce, Miss Tony, and Rockstone Triz.
You are now listening to Spark FM. Each and every Saturday night from 6 to 9 p.m. inside the Avenue, where you bring the drinks and we bring the vibes. My name is Gary Banton, alongside my co-host Big Trini, right here in SparkFMOnline.com, the number one place for soca, hip-hop, R&B, and more. Each and every Saturdays from 6 to 9 p.m. It's the Avenue.
Looking for a meaningful way to engage with your community and make a difference? Volunteer with the Massachusetts Senior Medicare Patrol Program and help prevent Medicare fraud. Visit masmp.org. This project is supported by a grant from the U.S. Administration for Community Living.
JP Morgan Chase is making a global commitment to break down barriers to drive inclusive economic growth all over the world. We believe there is a pressing need to help more people move up the economic ladder. That is why we are investing in communities and people to create an economy that works for all, because no community should be left behind. Right here in Boston, we're focusing that work in Dorchester, Roxbury, and Mattapan, among other neighborhoods, on improving financial health. These efforts aim to address the key drivers of the racial wealth divide head-on. We're here to empower individuals, families, and small businesses by connecting them to the tools that build generational wealth and a long-lasting legacy. Chase is investing in Boston. Chase is investing in you. Visit us at the Mattapan branch at 1617 Blue Hill Avenue, where the team is waiting to help.
Spark FM.
I know you nasty. She be touching on her own body.
Igniting the airwaves. Spark FM.
Says she wanna take me away. Says she wanna take me away. Says she wanna show me the way.
Join us on Facebook and Instagram at sparkfmonline.com. Turn us up. Spark FM.
VIP.
You're listening to Saucy and Friends in the morning with Miss Hot Sauce, Miss Tony, and Rockstone Triz.
It's time for our national news. Let's see what's going on. Putin declares temporary truce during Victory Day anniversary celebrations. Oh, thank you, Putin, for stopping your violence for a day. So nice of you. Russian President Vladimir Putin has announced a temporary ceasefire to come into effect during the 80th anniversary commemoration of V-Day, which celebrates the victory of the Soviet Union over Nazi Germany in 1945. The ceasefire will come into effect on May 8th and end on May 10th, the Kremlin announced in a statement posted to its official Telegram channel on Monday. Based on humanitarian considerations, the Russian side declares a truce during the 80th anniversary of the Victory Day. The statement said, attributing decisions to Putin for the period all hostilities are stopped, it added. Russia believes that the Ukrainian side should follow the example. The statement continued, in the event of violations of the truce by the Ukrainian side, the armed forces of Russian Federation will give an adequate and effective response. Once again, the Russian side reiterates its readiness for peace talks without preconditions aimed at eliminating the root cause of the Ukrainian crisis and for constructive cooperation with international partners, the Kremlin wrote. There was no immediate response from Ukraine on Sunday. President Zelensky again suggested Moscow was feigning its readiness to negotiate a U.S. brokered deal to end its 3-year invasion of Ukraine. Ceasefires are so weird to me. So for 2 days, I'm not going to bomb you and stuff. Mm-hmm. But right after that, back to bombing you?
Yeah.
If we're going to ceasefire, just cease it. Yeah. Go find something else to do, Russia. Like, go do something else. Why
ceasefire and not just stop the
like, what? I don't understand. Stop bombing them and harassing them and go into Russia and do what y'all got to do and mind your business.
Yeah, it's crazy.
These people didn't come for you. Talking about they should follow suit. They would like to. Y'all keep bombing them. That's crazy. But they did say that Trump and Zelensky had a good talk the other day, and let's go into that.
Tonight, we are learning more about that one-on-one surprise meeting between President Trump and Ukraine's President Zelensky that took place at the Vatican minutes before funeral services for Pope Francis. Zelensky responding to questions about how it went during a meeting with the UK's Prime Minister.
Mr. President, how did the meeting with Trump go?
Really we had productive meeting.
That 15-minute meeting, a far cry from their last face-to-face exchange in the Oval Office in February.
You don't have the cards right now. With us, you start having cards. Right now, you don't. You're playing cards. You're playing cards. You're gambling with the lives of millions of people. You're gambling with World War III.
President Trump also saying Saturday's meeting went well, and ABC News has learned that he requested it. The president now hitting out at Russian President Vladimir Putin, saying there is, quote, no reason for Putin to be shooting missiles into civilian areas, cities, and towns.
Really?
But continuing to pressure Ukraine to accept a peace deal that forces them to give up land that Russia has seized since its invasion, as well as Crimea that it annexed in 2014.
With President Trump promised on the campaign trail to end the war in Ukraine on day one of his presidency, but as he approaches his 100th day in the White House, peace remains elusive. With
Marcus, more for us. Thank you.
He said that he only said that it would end day one in jest.
Oh, funny.
Obviously, it would need a little bit more time, but he was just saying that. I think what happened is that because there was so much cameras around and J.D. Vance was there as
J.D.
well,
Vance, yep.
I think that it was a
bullying.
Yeah, it was bullying, and it was entertainment for them. This is like part of the reality show where we need to stir things up and get the people talking. Yep. Because that was disrespectful for you to treat that man as such.
Yep.
And then when you realize that Putin had no plan to stop anything or to enter into real negotiations, you realize that you were being played, and now you want to sit down with Zelensky and talk about it.
Right.
If it was so easy to end the war before, I think it would have ended.
Right.
But y'all is out here doing. I just don't get. I don't get it. I'm confused.
Like Dante said, like, what is the point? What
is the goal here?
Yeah.
What is the goal?
Your camera cut off.
I know. You guys can just pretend I'm one of Tony.
Oh, it's me.
It's
me together.
What else we got here? Trump. Oh yes, Columbus Day. Columbus Day. So excited about this one here because Pump.
Pretty much.
Punk.
Yeah.
President Donald Punk has said that Trump says Columbus Day will now just be Columbus Day. President Donald Trump made clear Sunday that he would not follow his predecessor's practice of recognizing Indigenous Peoples Day alongside Columbus Day in October, accusing Democrats of designing the explorer of degenerating the explorer's legacy as he pressed his campaign to restore what he argues are traditional American icons. Democrat Joe Biden was the first president to mark Indigenous Peoples Day, issuing a proclamation in 2021 that celebrated the invaluable contributions and resilience of Indigenous people and recognized their inherent sovereignty. The proclamation noted that America was conceived on a promise of equality and opportunity for all people, but that promise we have never fully lived up to. That is especially true when it comes to upholding the rights and dignity of the Indigenous people who were there long before colonization of the Americans began. Trump on Sunday used a social media post to declare, "I'm bringing Columbus Day back from the ashes," he said on his Truth social site. The Democrats did everything possible to destroy Christopher Columbus, his reputation, and all of the Italians that love him so much. The federal holiday, the second Monday in October.
Because we're concerned about how the Italians feel?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes. It hurt their feelings. Was still known as Columbus Day during Biden's term, but also as Indigenous Peoples Days. That's been a long-time goal of the activists that wanted to shift the focus from commemorating Columbus Indigenous people encountered there. So before, it wasn't that they changed it.
Yeah.
It was just that
they added
it. Mm-hmm. So he's like, yeah, to hell with all that. It's just going to be one day, Columbus Day, even though it was never changed.
Do you think that Donald Trump is going to put back up all statues that was taken down?
He said he would. He said he's going to go back. He's going to all this woke statue foolishness. He is going to take those down and he's going to replace them.
But not taking out the books in the libraries and things like that.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Not sure what your confusion is. We got to get back to the legacy of our founding fathers and the colonizers.
Yes.
And the people who murdered people to take the land.
Right. Well,
but that's what he does.
Don't erase that history. Just erase how you feel about it.
FBI director posts photos of arrested Wisconsin judge perp walk, possibly violating DOJ policy. So, this has been crazy these last So a federal judge. Did we talk about that?
No.
A federal judge. I skipped one. A federal judge was arrested the other day because they said that she helped a legal alien. What do they call? What do they call them? An undocumented person escape ICE. Yep. The person was in court. I guess she let them out through a back door where the ICE agent had to end up following them out and chasing them out instead of her releasing them into the regular, the general population or whatever. So yeah, that's that. So she got arrested and she is fighting the case. Obviously, there was a lawyer before that was arrested some other time. Let's get into this. FBI Director Kash Patel posted a photo on X Friday night of the Wisconsin judge who was arrested for allegedly obstructing immigration agents while she was handcuffed, being escorted to a vehicle by officials. The photo of Milwaukee County Circuit Judge Hannah Dugan does not show her face, but shows her being escorted by the law enforcement agents into a perp walk. The caption by Patel read, "No one is above the law." Why do they keep saying that? How come they keep saying that while the president is literally above the law?
Yeah.
How my biggest thing with the MAGA and these people is, how come it's okay for Trump to do it, who has the biggest stage of all, but when it comes to everybody, you guys are tough on crime?
Yeah.
I'm confused. According to the confidentiality and media contracts policy listed on the Justice Department website, DOJ personnel should not voluntarily disclose a photograph of a defendant unless it serves the law enforcement functions or unless the photograph is already part of the public record in this case.
So right now you're acting like you're above the law.
Exactly. Okay. So former Attorney General Eric Holder, who implemented the policy during the Obama administration, worked during his tenure to make it more difficult for members of the media to obtain photos of defendants such as mugshots. Holder told CNN that Patel's social media post violates this policy. Whatever the issues with what the judge did, they're trying to maximize intimidation, they said. Yeah, why would you do that?
Yeah.
They also had a problem with the fact that she is a sitting judge. Why you guys have her in handcuffs and arresting her during a perp walk instead of just inviting her to turn herself into the police?
Exactly.
Why are you doing that? With them, it's all show, and that's really just annoying to me.
Smoke and mirrors.
Yeah, man. I just don't get it. So they're fighting this hard. I'm not sure why they keep fighting all the federal judges, but the judges don't just start ganging up on him and just kind of throwing things at him. Like, forget. There's got to be laws out there that they could throw at him to get him tied up for a little while.
Yeah.
Somebody got to start getting creative out here.
I think I saw a story about that.
And still Trump news. Trump refuses to give Biden Air Force One ride to the Pope's funeral, which was also a big controversy this week, is because there was a strict dress code for the Pope's funeral, where men had to be in deep dark suits with a black tie, or black suits and a black tie, and Trump wore a very royal blue bright suit and a blue tie, while Melania looked like she was arriving from the crypt.
She hates because she feels like that every time she has to be around him.
Look at her face. She looks like the crypt keeper. She looks like she's like all the blood is draining out of her body.
She hates him.
Look at that. That's not love. That's disdain. And he's just like, damn it, I have to stay married to at least be this president still. I wonder if she left him, what would that mean for them? They would just attack her, right?
Victory for America.
They would just attack her.
They would attack her.
And they would say that she left him in the most challenging part of his life. Look at he got to go to Turkey. He's got to go to Turkey and get some real implants on that. That looks like
he would go to Turkey
psoriasis.
And take his brain out.
Yeah, a lobotomy.
Yeah.
Terrible. Keeping it moving, FBI man charged with murdering car ramming a Vancouver festival crowd. I heard this. What, 9 people?
I think it's 11 people.
No.
Oh no. A man is facing charges after a car plowed into a crowd at a festival in Vancouver on Sunday night, killing 11 people and injuring What the hell?
Yeah.
He killed 11 people?
Rammed him down, yeah.
Really? Kai G. Adam Lowe, 30, has been charged with 8 counts of second-degree murder, Vancouver police said on Sunday evening press release. The charge assessment is ongoing and further charges are anticipated, the police said. Go to this video. I want to see it. Right there. Hold on, we're going to pull up the clip for you guys so we can all hear about what's going on. Have you guys heard about this? This is terrible. This is horrible. I feel badly about it.
Out at a festival.
On demand.
Let's get some more now on the breaking news we've been following. A driver is in custody after plowing into a crowd at a festival in Vancouver, killing at least 11 people. NBC's Maya Eagling has been gathering some more information and joins me now. So, Maya, walk us first through what we know at this point about this incident.
Yeah, hi, Alex. Just a heads up, some of these details and images are pretty graphic. Authorities are saying at least 11 people have been killed, dozens more injured after an SUV plowed through a busy street. It was celebrating a festival called Lapu Lapu Day. It's one of the largest Filipino gatherings in British Columbia, and it's meant to honor an indigenous leader who became a national hero in 1521. This happened behind a school at a road that was closed off to pedestrians. And first-hand accounts are saying that this was a very chaotic scene. There was a lot of destruction. Let's take a listen to what Canadian Prime Minister Mark Carney had to say this morning about this tragedy.
Families lost a sister, a brother, a mother, a father, a son, or a daughter. Those families are living every family's nightmare. And to them and to the many others who were injured, to the Filipino-Canadian community, and to everyone in the broader Lower Mainland, Vancouver, I would like to offer my deepest condolences and my wishes for strength and compassion in this tragic time.
Did they get the guy?
Yeah,
the suspect was actually captured by members of the crowd there before handing him over to authorities.
Wow.
Police say he acted alone. He's a 30-year-old male who has a history with both the police and also some mental health related incidences, but they are not classifying this as an act of terrorism. Alex?
Why not?
Right.
This,
It's not America.
That's crazy. In more tragic news, there was a North Carolina University shooting, leaves six injured and 1 dead. This is on a predominantly black college. It happened during an overnight shooting at Elizabeth State University, historically black university in North Carolina. The shooting took place in the early hours of Sunday morning at the center of campus following events for Viking Fest, a week of school spirit events. A 24-year-old man who was not an Elizabeth City State University student was killed. According to the statement, his identity is being withheld until his next of kin can be notified. Additionally, 6 people were injured, 4 of them with gunshot wounds. The statement said 3 of the gunshot victims were Elizabeth City State University students. None of the injuries are life-threatening, and all victims were transported to a hospital for treatment, according to the university.
But one person is
dead. Person is dead. They were not a student, so. Yeah. And they're not releasing I don't know in this one if they caught the man either, because it doesn't say that they caught anybody. So not sure what to make of that. Yeah. And who would do that?
Right. Why?
Yeah. 3 arrested in a suspected gang shooting that left 5-year-old dead, another in critical condition. What is going on? A 5-year-old twin. Oh no! A 5-year-old twin sibling was killed in an April 25th afternoon shooting. Deputies arrested 3 people on April 26th related to the shooting. According to Greenville County Sheriff's Office, saying Lieutenant Ryan Flood, deputies arrested Shantiza Lachey Sherman
That's a girl?
Greenville, yeah. She is charged with murder, 2 counts of attempted murder, and criminal conspiracy. Deputies arrested a 16-year-old who has been charged with murder and possession of a weapon during a violent crime. A separate minor involved in the shooting is charged with possessing a firearm, all under the age of 18. According to the Flood Sheriff's Office, deputies responded to the G building of the Belle Meade apartment on April 25th after they received a call about gunshots around 5:30 p.m. When deputies arrived, they discovered 3 boys shot inside an apartment, two unidentified 5-year-old twins and an 18-year-old boy. One of the 5-year-old boys died at the scene, while his twin was hospitalized in critical condition. The unidentified 18-year-old was also hospitalized with no non-life-threatening injuries. What did I just read?
What happened? What?
I don't even know what happened. They walked into the house and everybody was shot up. That's crazy.
Deputies have now made a string of arrests in a shooting that killed 1 child and injured others. Deputies say they arrested and charged Shanteza Sherman with murder, along with other charges. Her bond hearing was held Saturday afternoon, and our Maya Payton has the latest from inside the courtroom.
Oh, yeah, the Guyana.
On Saturday afternoon, Shanteza Sherman entered the courtroom, and the judge handed down his decision.
I'm going to no bond you on all 4 charges.
Greenville County Sheriff's Office says they have also arrested 2 juveniles in connection with the shooting that happened Friday at Bellmead Apartments on Fleetwood Drive. Investigators say multiple bullets went flying through the air between 2 groups, hitting windows and cars.
These guys are idiots. They're thugs.
The sheriff says shots were fired into an apartment. Inside were 2 precious twins.
We want everybody to know who shot at these children and who killed one of them.
The coroner identified the child as 5-year-old Bright Okoye. The other child is in critical condition, and an 18-year-old who was also shot is expected to be okay. The aunt of Okoye spoke about Sherman at the bond hearing, defending her.
I can stand right here and tell you she had nothing to do with why this is gone today.
The sheriff's office says differently.
Defendant that she was involved, and we have probable cause for the charges that you read off, documented evidence including footage from the scene and witness statements.
Authorities are still investigating to identify other suspects.
There's plenty of you on video that are standing there watching this go down, and again, nobody's saying anything.
He warns anyone who may be helping those involved.
You so much as feed them a pack of M&Ms and we find out about it, you'll be over here with them.
That was Maya Payton reporting. The 2 juveniles have been sent to the DJJ in Columbia. As for Sherman, the judge says she was already out on bond for a violent felony from last year.
Wow.
That's terrible. Everything is just so terrible. There's not one little good news. What? Oh, so this is some international news that has been going a little insane. So do you guys know the breakdown of the story?
I have. I'm putting in a better one.
Okay.
Right here.
Can you go in it?
Yep. So this 11-year-old girl was missing from her family was staying in Guyana at some hotel, the Doubleday International Hotel. Huh?
They're not American.
No, I don't think so.
They were just visiting the hotel?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think they're not from Guyana, but they were staying there. So it's the Doubleday International Hotel and Bar in Tushin, East Bank, Essequibo. So I don't know. The story says the body of an 11-year-old Adriana Young, who was reported missing on Wednesday during a family outing at the hotel, was discovered floating in the hotel's swimming pool about 20 hours after she disappeared. The child's body was discovered around 10 p.m. 10 a.m. on Thursday by family members and enraged protesters who stormed the hotel premises. Upon discovery, the father, Subrian Young, jumped into the pool to retrieve his child, who was already dead. Young's body bore visible signs of violence.
We have the clip here.
Okay.
All right.
Hotel at Tushin on the east bank of Essequibo Thursday afternoon. The family of the young girl reported her missing on Wednesday afternoon after swimming at the hotel with relatives. A police report was filed, and the family demanded searches be done of the hotel property. Authorities have confirmed that the 11-year-old girl's body bore visible marks of violence. A relative of the dead child said that the actions of the police and hotel staff were suspicious from the beginning of this ordeal.
The crazy part is that this child didn't have a time of 3 hours or 4 hours. They were swimming in this pool and all of a sudden she went missing. They touched down here 1:10 and by time 1:45, 10 minutes to 2, this child vanished and nobody can give an accountability for this child.
In an initial statement, the Ghana Police Force claimed that Young was captured on CCTV camera going into a car. Investigators claimed that the owner told them he had rented the car to a man. However, that statement has since been determined to be a blatant lie by the Ghana Police Force after the girl's body was found in the hotel's pool.
And there is no surveillance footage to support what transpired in the building. And the only surveillance footage that was available, that was received from across there, was divulged to the parents and the CID, in the presence of the CID, that showed that the child didn't make any exit.
Young's body was retrieved from the pool of the hotel by her father, who spoke with Nightly News in tears.
And I jump over the fence, and I run, and I pull out in that pool. Look, my pants is wet up to now, my brief, everything wet. When everybody start watching me, that I see my one, hold me that, like they say, I push out the pool.
Oh, God.
Yeah, I tell you, so no, they had 4 or 5 staff inside here. And more than that. Yeah, telling you, because I stand up the hole and I see people inside the hole like in activities, people moving.
President Irfan Ali announced that a special investigation will be conducted into the girl's death. An independent pathologist is scheduled to arrive in the country Thursday evening. Travis Chase, HGP, Nightly News.
This story is making its rounds around the place.
Because what?
I was told that the hotel was burnt down.
Yeah. Right after that, they rioted and burnt the hotel down.
Yep.
Burnt it straight to the ground.
That first story, and there's pictures of the hotel on fire.
Yeah.
So what happened? They got there.
I guess they got there. They got to the hotel, and within the hours, the little girl went missing.
Yeah.
They did a search for the whole hotel, even the pool, and the girl wasn't in there.
And then all of a sudden
she showed up in the pool again, dead, with bruise marks and scrapes and cuts and bruises.
Somebody
all
said
over
there was
her
stuff
body.
in her nose too.
Oh, I didn't even hear that.
Yeah.
But this is just crazy. So that one surveillance camera that they had said that they saw the little girl getting into a car.
Yeah.
But then they don't know what happened in the car, who has the car.
But they said that this is a blatant lie.
Yeah, it's a blatant lie. So I don't know. I'm hoping that they get to this investigation, but it's been making its circuits around the globe.
Yeah, everywhere.
Because this is just weird.
Yeah.
Like how she wasn't in the pool before, and then she just all of a sudden show up in the pool.
Yeah.
It's very crazy.
Yeah. And it's so different. The news in other places is so different from us because there have been like graphic pictures of this baby's body like in the pool when they pulled her out. Like it's crazy how the pictures that are supporting this is awful. I really hope that they figure out what happened here.
Me
That's
too.
crazy.
But
they said that hotel, like there's a history of shady stuff happening at that hotel. Yeah, like there's been a couple of people found in the pool is what I read. I don't know if that's true or not.
They said it was 20 hours since they first checked the pool to when she showed back in the pool. Just randomly
showed up in the pool.
Yeah. Keeping it moving. Kansas City firefighter paramedics dies after patient stabs him in the ambulance.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Why would you do that?
Yeah.
You got to be careful these days.
I mean, how do you know where to be careful at?
Because you can't be careful in the ambulance with the firefighter.
You the one. He's straight in the care to you, the patient, and you stabbed and killed him.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Can't. No. A nail salon employee pleads guilty after holding 13 remote IT jobs worked by developers in China.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
What's that mean?
He sold his social security number to all these people. And they was working all over the place while he was just sitting there doing nails. And they working all over the place in all kinds of IT jobs with his number.
They was giving him a little bit of something?
I don't know.
Oh, wow. So, A 40-year-old Maryland man is facing decades in prison after he allegedly worked with foreign nationals in China to get remote IT jobs with at least 13 different U.S. companies between 2021 and 2024. The jobs paid him more than $970,000 in salary for software development tasks that were actually performed by operatives authorities allege are North Koreans and working out of a post in Shanghai, China, according to the Department of Justice.
Oh, is that what happened? Okay.
Yeah, he was doing a lot of crime. He was doing all the colors of the crime. That's just extortion, arbitrary, wire fraud, federal fraud, Social Security fraud. Yeah. You're just doing the most. That's terrible.
While he was doing nails.
While he was sitting there doing all of the nails.
Yeah.
The China-based developers used the company IT jobs, some of which involve contracting out software services to U.S. government agencies like the Federal Aviation Administration to get access to highly sensitive government systems that they logged into from overseas, authorities said. According to the Department of Justice, the Maryland man scheme is part of a vast fraud operation in which trained North Korean nationals work with American facilitators to fraudulently obtain remote work IT jobs under various identities to do the work from Russia or China and then illegally remit their salaries to Kim Jong-un, authoritarian leader of Democratic People's Republic of Korea. What did I just read?
What did you say?
What did he do? This one man who was doing nails, he was also getting paid to help facilitate jobs for IT people.
And then they were sending the money to Kim Jong-un?
Yes. Kim Jong. Oh, they need to put all of those problematic world leaders in a room and just let them have at it.
Like Squid Games.
Yeah. Kim Jong-un, Donald Trump, Putin. Yeah. All of them. All of them. What's the one from Bukele?
Oh, yeah. From El Salvador?
Yeah. Bukele. All of them. Put them in a room and just see who survives. It should be the survival of the fittest. And then you just get to go back to your country and I guess do whatever you want because you're crazy.
Snyder said he got 17 social security numbers internationally. Yeah, I need a 6-digit pin just to change my Wi-Fi password.
Listen. Okay.
There's 6-digit pin that you don't even never know.
And they change it every time. Yesterday I had to scream at the Assurian person because he was like, "Oh no, your pin doesn't work." What? I said, I've been on the phone for half an hour. I have talked to 17 of y'all and it all worked. Now it don't work for you? I said, this is ridiculous. Give me your phone. It's like, I'm sorry to yell at you, but come on, man. They're going to ask me to do a survey at the end. You just survey these nuts.
Yeah. I don't never do that survey.
No, I'm not going to. I did the survey and I put all 3s and 1s. Not for him, but for the overall experience. Because I don't want to have to keep on saying, represent, customer service, £0, hashtag. What is it y'all want me to do? Come on, man.
These nuts.
Yes. Got and that's it for our national news. We're going to take a break. We're going to go to some international. We'll pay some commercials.
Entertainment news when we come back.
Yes.
You are now listening to Spark FM.
Prioritize your mental well-being with Kuji Jakalia Wellness Center, a Black woman-owned therapy practice committed to culturally affirming care that understands you. Our licensed therapists specialize in personalized care, offering virtual sessions Monday through Friday by appointment, because your healing should fit your schedule. Take the first step towards improving your well-being today. Visit Kuji Wellness online and book your appointment, because when you heal, the community heals too. Visit us at kujiwellness.com.
Finally Home is a must-read, step-by-step guide that will equip any first-time homebuyer with the knowledge they need to confidently make informed decisions. This book provides answers in simple and clear terms to most, if not all, of the questions you may have about credit, home ownership, and generational wealth. Finally Home equips the reader with the confidence to be engaged with the home buying process without feeling vulnerable or exploited. Taylor Made Real Estate Easy is not just a catchy hashtag. It is real estate agent and radio personality Taylor Andre's goal. A goal to simplify one of the most challenging processes you will go through as an adult. A goal to educate you properly on credit and teach you the strategies to finding the home of your dream. It is not just a good book or an easy read. It is the secret to a seamless home buying experience.
Often I hear people talking about how high their electricity bills are. Massachusetts has programs that everyday homeowners pay for, but never look into. Have you ever considered why some homes have panels and others don't? If you have Eversource, National Grid, or Unitil for electricity, you are paying for your neighbors to get panels at no cost. The charges are on the bill. Why not get someone to pay for yours? This program also helps with re-roofing, tree cutting, and electrical upgrades. If you're tired of short-term solutions for a long-term problem, connect with Bakari to find out if your home meets the requirements to upgrade at no cost out of pocket. Save the planet, future-proof your family for power outages, and save tens of thousands of dollars on an otherwise lifelong bill. Mention Spark when you call or text SPARK to 617-833-8940 to get 2 months off your power bill covered if your home gets selected.
Boston's new home for urban Caribbean music. Spark FM. Spark FM. Playing all your favorite hits from reggae. Spark FM.
If you no mess with the way you are gonna see a million. We got it gon' go long just like the Amazon.
Spark FM.
I know that life is not easy. No say we are for win. Walk with the camera like Jesus.
Soca. Hip hop.
Yeah, we going crazy.
R&B.
You could do damage. You could do damage.
Afrobeats and much more. Spark FM. Spark FM.
Spark FM Online, number one for urban and Caribbean radio. It's time for our entertainment news. Can you help me out here, Miss Cody?
Entertainment time. Wow. Yeah.
See, I think she threw it to me so she could yawn.
Yes.
She made me yawn. Sinners continues a remarkable box office run with $45 million over the second weekend. The first weekend they made over $65 million,
wow.
Right? And then this weekend they continued and made an additional $42 million. Warner Brothers Sinners continued its incredible run at the box office this weekend with a $45 million total. That it is a mere 6.2 drop from its $48 million opening. It crossed the $100 million domestic mark after just 9 days in theaters and is well on pace to become just the fourth horror film to ever gross $200 million before inflation adjustment. Thanks to resounding critical and audience acclaim, Sinners has achieved that Hollywood studios often can only dream of for their original films, finding interest from moviegoers who may not have been aware or interested in Ryan Coogler's horror tale prior to its release. It is the smallest second weekend drop from any film with a $40 million plus opening weekend since the historic box office run of Avatar in 2009.
Really? Avatar numbers.
That has led to sellout screenings at IMAX auditoriums in major cities, as well as theaters like the Vista in Los Angeles that are playing 70 millimeter reels of the film. While Sinners will lose that IMAX support on Thursday with the release of Marvel Studios' Thunderbolts, it has enough momentum to become the highest grossing original live action film since Alfonso Cuarón's Gravity in 2013. Go on, Sinners.
I never heard of Gravity.
Me either. Sinners was filmed on film, which they said is even harder to do. It's not digital. Really? It is all on film.
Yeah.
On film reels. Of course, it's an original story thought up in the brain of Ryan Coogler, which is just
it's so crazy. the amount of positivity that I hear from this film, how the random negative ones be like, what is it that you didn't see? I know it's not everything is not for everybody, not everybody's gonna find or whatever, but I've seen some stats like Sinners was trash, way overhyped. I can't believe that y'all saying that's good. What's good about it? And I'm like, wait, did any of you guys see Sinners yet? No?
That's just haterism. Because it is like you're not gonna resonate with every single part of the film. Yeah. But there is no doubt that this was an amazing film. There's no doubts about that. There's not a part in that movie. You cannot be like the whole thing is trash. You may be like, oh, I didn't like that part, which I didn't like some parts. But overall, the movie is amazing.
I heard the soundtrack was really dope, too.
The soundtrack is really, really good. The characters that are in the movie, I mean, they have Chinese people who are store owners back in 1920s Mississippi. It relates to everything. The one scene in that movie is enough to take the whole movie wherever the movie needs to go. There is one scene that is just like, this is it. This is the movie. You can finish the movie here, and the movie was excellent. So
I'm trying to figure out when I'm going to see it.
Yeah, I'm gonna figure it out. Probably see it.
Yeah, maybe this week. I want to see it.
Yeah. I think it's really important that we support this film in the theaters. I mean, I'm sure the way that movies go. It's gonna be streaming soon, maybe. But I think there is definitely. It's very, very Oscar buzz worthy. I think it will be acknowledged for many, many things and many, many reasons.
All right, it was an instant classic.
It is. It's Ryan Coogler and Michael B. Jordan, I think, are a powerhouse combination, and they did their thing in this movie. They did their thing, it's very classic, but at the same time, it's also very like. It's all the things.
All the things.
It's all the things.
I'm gonna go see it this week. I'm gonna find somebody to take me to go see it this weekend. Not this weekend. This week.
This week.
In the middle of the day. Too.
Yeah, and like they said, Thunderbolts is coming out, so they're gonna be removing Thunderbolts. It's a new Marvel movie that's coming out. I don't know. It's like a bootleg Avengers. It seems like to me because it's like another group of superheroes.
Is everybody excited about it?
I don't know. It's a Marvel movie, so Marvel fans are definitely excited about it.
Because
especially
Marvel,
if Marvel stuff.
Movies don't always do the best. Yeah. Like sometimes they project that a Marvel movie's gonna do great, and then it just ends up being like kind of blah.
Flat. Yeah. So they will be taking out. Sinners will be coming out of IMAX, and for me, I think that if you're going to see it, you have to see it in IMAX. You have to get all that effect.
What's IMAX?
IMAX is like the sound and the the widescreen and all of that stuff. So
and they don't do no more Dolby Digital.
Yeah, they still got that.
That's a regular one.
Standard one.
Is that standard? Okay. So, but I think that to get the right effect for Sinners, you should see it in IMAX. So you would have to see it this week.
Okay.
Yeah. What else do we have going on? Outkast, the White Stripes, Cyndi Lauper, Soundgarden lead the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame 2025 class. So Outkast will be being.
Outkast and somebody else. Outkast and
White
Salt and Pepper.
Oh, really? I thought they were already in there.
No, I read it today that Salt and Pepper. It was another girl group. Go ahead.
Bad Company, Chubby Checker, Joe Cocker, Cyndi Lauper, Outkast, Soundgarden, the White Stripes. Oh yeah. There will be performances expected from Salt and Pepper, Outkast, and potential reunion of surviving Soundgarden members. People that were snubbed this year: Fish, Joy Division, New Order, Oasis. Mariah Carey was snubbed.
I guess when people say snubbed this year, why would you snub?
Why isn't she just not on the list this year?
Yeah, why can't she be on the list next year?
Right.
Like if she always never gets it ever, then that's a snub. But not being on the list 1 year is not a snub. Unless you had an amazing, crazy year pop up and you were lit, then I can understand why they would say
but
a snub.
But they wouldn't say that for the Hall of Fame, though.
That's what I'm saying. For the Hall of Fame, that just goes in the years that it happens.
People just come in whenever they get in.
Yeah.
Yeah, but anyhow. I mean, do we think that Mariah Carey should be in there before
absolutely.
Cyndi Lauper, Outkast? No,
but maybe before
Chubby Checker. Why is Chubby Checker just going in there?
Chubby Checker's he's been dead for like 20 years.
Like invented rock and roll.
Right, like that's crazy.
Yeah.
Chubby Checker, that's the twist.
Maybe.
Right?
That around the twist time.
Twisting the night away.
No, the old dance.
I know that.
Oh.
But they go
the mashed potato.
Don't it say twist the night away at some point?
Yes.
Yes.
Sing it. Put the song
I
on.
can mash potato.
I could do the table.
I could do the
twist. I could do the twist.
Is that the
now
video?
tell me, baby. Tell me, baby, do you like it like this?
Look at this. Look at somebody
Yeah,
do
man.
this.
No, I don't think any of that was.
Where y'all find it? But y'all know them lyrics.
They were like, what is she doing? Was that black and white?
Chubby Chub.
Yeah, it wasn't black. Chubby Chub.
Chubby
I don't
Chase.
think I have any Chubby Chub.
Yes. Anyhow.
Yeah.
Kalani responds to Cornell concert cancellation. I am anti-genocide. So Cornell University canceled Kalani's concert due to her perceived anti-Israel sentiments, leading to the singer defending herself against allegations of anti-Semitism. Earlier this week, Cornell President Michael J. Kotlikoff nixed Kalani's May 7th concert during the university's annual Slope Day celebration, citing Kalani's exposed anti-Semitic, anti-Israel statements in performances, videos, and on social media.
I guess my question to everybody who has these anti-Semitism, to be opposed to the war in Israel, you're automatically anti-Semitic?
I don't know, but I really, really hate that anti-Semitism is the new weapon.
Yeah.
Like, you can't, I don't understand. And just because you say something against something doesn't mean that you hate all of it.
If I'm a Palestinian and I'm saying I don't support what Israel is doing to Palestine because they are doing it to Palestine, for some reason that should be getting me arrested and my citizenship taken away and me deported. Like, that's what that means by not wanting genocide. I think that's so crazy that's where we're at in life.
Yeah.
I can't really be like, oh no, I'm not with genocide that's happening in Palestine. I'm getting arrested.
Yep, and your concert is canceled and you're anti-Semitic, yes.
Wow.
The selection of Kalani as this year's headliner has injected division and discord into Slope Day. He wrote to students, for that reason, I am rescinding Kalani's invitation. On Saturday, amid attempts at other cancellations on top of the cancellations I've already experienced over the year, Kalani responded to the Cornell situation and the allegations of anti-Semitic in a video posted on Instagram. I am not anti-Semitic, nor am I anti-Jew. I am anti-genocide. I am anti the actions of the Israeli government. I'm anti-extermination of an entire people. I am anti the bombing of innocent children, men, women. That's what I'm anti.
Say that.
Kalani noted that she was asked and called to clarify the anti-Semitism allegations, which stem from the use of the phrase "Long live the Intifada" in the music video for "Next to You," and thus posted the video statement, which, as Kalani noted, was made while in the presence of my Jewish and Palestinian best friend and my Jewish engineer.
Here goes the audio from that.
So I sit here and I'm working on my album, and I just so happen to be in the presence of my Jewish and Palestinian.
Yeah, just so happen to be in the presence of my friend here.
Sorry, let me get the photo.
I'm working on my album, and I just so happen to be in the presence of my Jewish and Palestinian best friend and my Jewish engineer. I am being asked and called to clarify and make a statement yet again for the millionth time that I am not anti-Semitic nor anti-Jew. I am anti-genocide. I am anti the actions of the Israeli government. I am anti an extermination of an entire people. I'm anti the bombing of innocent children, men, women. That's what I'm anti. In fact, the very first live that I did in the beginning of this genocide was with a really beautiful Jewish organization called Jewish Voices for Peace. And I still continue to learn from and work alongside really impactful Jewish organizers against this genocide. I want to be very clear in stating that I do believe God has plans for me, and that's not going to stop nothing that I have going on. But I'm asked to clarify, because this keeps coming up as a means to silence me, as a means to stop things that happen in my career, as a means to change the course of my life. And I just don't believe that. So here's the clarification that you needed. I hope this is everything you needed straight from my
I don't know why you got to keep on explaining yourself to people who do not want to listen to you. And that's what the problem is. I think that people just don't want to listen. So they're going to, I'm just going to say that you're anti-Semitic. because that's what I feel like.
It's easier to put you under that umbrella than it is for me to actually listen to what you're saying.
Exactly, which is very silly.
I don't know what this world is.
Oh, I need y'all's help. This story is not in there, I don't believe, but Paul and Dante. So one of the big news this week was that there was the NFL draft, and Shadur Sanders, Deion Sanders' son, was supposed to or expected to be drafted in the first round pick. However, I don't think he went until about the 5th round.
Yeah.
There's been controversy around that. How do we feel about this? What happened here?
I'm not exactly sure, but from what I saw, I really couldn't tell.
Do you think that he should have been drafted in the first round?
Definitely. Over the quarterbacks that have been drafted over him, I mean, like Tyler Show, a guy out of Louisville who, is not as good in my opinion compared to him. He got drafted by the Saints, and now that's not a good situation for them.
But what does it matter when you get picked as long as you get picked?
No.
I'm asking.
Oh, because first round means that you're the best.
Okay.
So when you go to 5th, that means you're the fifth best. If I'm working my behind off the whole time, draft me first. That's like getting picked in, like when you play in dodgeball and you the last person to get picked because they don't necessarily want you on their team. The first person that gets picked is usually the one who's well-rounded, got everything handled. You want that best person on your team. By doing this, they just pretty much said, you're not that great. Paul, what's your take?
I mean, first round pick, like you said, it's like you're guaranteed to start.
Mm-hmm.
You're guaranteed like big money. You're guaranteed, fame and stuff.
Yeah.
And since he was a 5th round pick, overall 144th with the Cleveland Browns.
Wow.
Yeah.
And Cleveland Browns aren't a great team, right?
Yeah, no, but he's going to be a backup. So
he's going to be a backup quarterback to a not great team.
Maybe he'll be a 4th string, maybe, because he was a 144 pick.
4th string.
3rd or 4th string, and he's not guaranteed the big bag, no money at all.
That's terrible.
Maybe that's it. People say he was too cocky.
Yeah, that's
his
what
tryouts,
I see.
And yeah,
they saying that he wasn't a good. It seemed like he wasn't. Like he couldn't be a good team player, or that this would be the first year with him working outside of his father's coaching, so they're nervous about that.
Yeah.
Is that fair? Do you think it was a fair assessment? Do you think that matters? Because I heard he's great.
Yeah, like I haven't watched him a lot basically, but I've heard he's a great quarterback. Definitely, like Dante said, like better. Like he's better than most quarterbacks in the draft class that he should pick. Definitely picked in the first round. But let's see how it is. Tom Brady was picked one of the last.
Yeah, was he?
Yeah, 245th overall or something.
Really?
Yeah. He's the best of all time. So anything can happen, really.
Mike Nice said that they wanted to teach him and his daddy a lesson.
Football. And then Schneider said football draft don't matter. There's 56 players per team, so one person can't make a difference because he don't play defense always. Unlike basketball, where LeBron going number 1 got Cleveland their championship. I don't know what that means, Schneider.
Schneider's saying what I was asking, like, what does it matter where you get drafted as long as you get drafted?
Yeah.
So that's what he was saying.
Schneider, you get it now? Yeah, that sucks. I want the bag, and I don't want to be... Like, if I'm a great quarterback, that would suck to be sitting on the sidelines of a not that great team as 4th string. As backup to the backup to the backup to the backup at 4. Yeah, everybody that gets injured.
Tom Brady started because the first string quarterback got injured. Brock Purdy started because the 3 quarterbacks got injured.
Wow.
Yeah.
So it's pretty hard to start.
Yeah, that
sucks. Was Tom Brady, like, when he went into the draft, was he that good, or did he become good after?
Tom Brady was never like a prospect. Like in Michigan, he played.
Yeah,
like, he was never like, oh, this guy's gonna be the next greatest.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he was always like.
He was like skinny, slow.
Yeah.
Like, he was not an athlete at all.
Yeah, nobody really thought nothing of him. But
okay, so that's the difference there. Okay.
And then just that chance of somebody getting hurt is how he was able to climb to this GOAT status.
So he developed being the GOAT as a Patriot.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
And the thing is, like, people say that he's too cocky and this and that, but my personal opinion on Shador getting drafted, I don't think he should have got drafted. At the very latest, he should have at least got drafted in the second round.
Third. Oh, okay.
In the second round.
The second round.
But I personally think like some of the quarterbacks that got drafted before him, some of them may have a good argument for themselves on why they got drafted before. Because Jackson Dart, he plays in the SEC division, which is like one of the best top fighting divisions in like
the nation.
Jalen Milroe, he also is in the SEC. He plays for Alabama, so it's
How about this young man Hunter, the Travis Hunter? That was a lot of. When did he get drafted? Oh,
he
got
already
drafted.
Second overall.
Oh, really?
So,
who's that? Who he?
That's the little boy that was with the controversial girlfriend.
Oh yes. Okay.
You know,
the engagement one.
Yeah. Oh wow, good for him. That's good, right?
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Second overall is good. As
See,
long as
that's
you're
what
in the
I'm.
first
So
Speaking of draft, who is that giant that the Patriots just got? That big, gigantic boy that we got.
Which one?
6'6", 319 pounds.
Oh, Will Campbell?
He's humongous.
Yeah, I'm very
Is he
confident.
good?
Yeah, he's very good.
Okay.
I'm very confident. Speaking of the Patriots, I'm very confident for them.
So that's another good question. I know you guys are supposed to do some sports, but I want to talk because I want to learn. How do the Patriots looking now after this past draft? Do we know everybody who's going to be there?
So, I actually have a list.
Who all going to be there?
I don't know. We need the list, Dante. What's your overall general? Because I don't know anybody's name.
Dante knows better than this.
Yeah.
Honestly, I have high hopes than I ever did before, since Brady left. Because, we actually drafted not only protection for Drake May, but also some weapons. We drafted a running back, a wide receiver. We drafted some more defensive guys, but that's not the highlight. The highlight here is the offense. Did we
get some good people for offense?
Yeah, we got a wide receiver out of Washington State named Kyle Williams. And from what I'm seeing, he's really good, and he's like an underdog in this draft. I didn't know that he was actually even in this draft.
Mm-hmm.
So, and that's, it's perfect. Get an underdog that's like, that's not going to be on
Tom Brady.
Yeah, that's not going to be on everybody's radar, but he's going to be good along with Stephon Diggs, who's probably most likely going to be wide receiver 1. So he has a great wide receiver to look up to and develop with.
Mm-hmm.
And then we got Will Campbell, who
I'm looking all these people up.
Will Campbell, if you don't know, at the draft, when given the mic to say a statement, he said he was willing to fight and die for Drake May out there on that field.
Oh, wow.
And Drake May is the quarterback or the coach. Okay, the quarterback. Okay.
And watching him, actually, he went against Shamar Stewart. I forgot who picked him up, but he actually was blocking a first round pick as well, and he did phenomenal.
Shamar Stewart. Okay.
This is so interesting how we.
Dante, I love your passion for this. This is so cool.
Yeah.
I forget what I was going to ask. Drake Mays, he's the one that replaced Mac. Jones. Mac Jones.
Where did Mac Jones go?
Jaguars.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask.
Oh.
Where is it?
Jaguars. Oh, that's a good team too, though. Jacksonville? They used to be back in the day. Switching over a little bit to Celtics. Celtics won last night again.
Yep.
So we got one more before we go to the next round.
Yeah.
Finals.
They had taken a 3-1 lead against Orlando Magic.
And then this is our how many? There's 3 series in it, and we're on number 2. Explain this to me. This is the first playoffs.
Yeah, it's a first round.
Okay.
And it's 3 rounds into each conference.
Okay.
And then the finals.
All right, so we're going through our first round.
Paul, you had a wrap up prepared, right? Didn't you?
For the sports, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, okay, go ahead. Do you think?
No. We're going to do that after.
Oh, okay. So so Celtics is doing good. Patriots is looking nice. Shador. It's a nice name.
And what's his brother's name?
Which one?
There's another one with an S.
Shiloh.
Yep, that's it.
Speaking of S and Shador, a big not controversy, but big news around this is that Shenseea and him might be talking a little bit, dealing a little bit. She was at his draft, smiling in his face. So rumor has it.
Ain't he 21?
He's 25 and she's 28.
Oh, okay.
Yes. No, he's 23 and she's 28. I had to look up all of that today.
Okay.
So that was been big news too. Is that Shenseea is around these people too. So that's nice. Good for her. Belichick's girlfriend Jordan Hudson interrupts interview to shut down relationship question in awkward moment. This is the 12-year-old, right?
Yeah.
Oh, damn. I didn't know their age difference was that crazy.
Oh, yeah, you did.
73 and 24? What's that? 50 years?
Gross.
That's 50 years?
Yeah.
It's
nasty.
Ew. That's worse than Shannon.
It's physically nasty.
It's the same thing almost. No, this one is a little bit worse. I mean,
it's all pink.
Yeah, and because
Yeah, this is worse.
she's in love. She loves him.
Yes.
I would love him too, to be honest with you. If I let's just be a buck about it. If Bill Belichick looked at me any type of way, I'm in a relationship with Bill Belichick. I don't care how old it is. You see Nicole, what's her name?
Anna Nicole Smith.
You see what she did? She was in love with that little old man who died 20 days later.
Yep. And he was 100.
Yeah, and that's gonna be me and Bill Belichick too. Let him look at me. Let him look at me. She gonna have a different problem.
You're not gonna look at you. You too damn old. Even though you only 36. How old are you? 34. My bad.
Damn it.
Yeah. He ain't. You too old.
So Bill Belichick's girlfriend Jordan Hudson accompanied him to a recent interview during which she interjected on his behalf, leading to the awkward moment in conversation. Ahead of the release of his new book, The Art of Winning: Lessons from a Life in Football, the legendary former NFL coach, 73 years of age, sat down for an interview with CBS Sunday morning, which aired on April 27th. And Hudson, his girlfriend, 24 years of age, came along for the ride. The main narrative who supported Belichick on the interview set is a matching sweatshirt. They had on matching sweatshirts.
Nice.
Sat just out of the main frame with journalist Tony somebody describing her as a constant presence during their conversation. I mean, what else does she... Don't children usually hang around their parents?
Children have to be seen and not heard.
At one point, the reporter acknowledged Hudson's presence while asking Bill Belichick how he feels with all the public interest in the couple's relationship and private lives. Here's when the child interrupted. She says, "I've never been too worried about what everyone else thinks." He replied, adding that instead, he just tries to do what I feel like is best for me and what's right. Let me see what she says. When the reporter asked about Belichick's relationship with Hudson and specifically how they met, and the former cheerleader interjected, shutting down the question from her spot in the corner of the set. She says, "We're not talking about this," she said sternly, as the reporter turned to her and asked, "No?" She says, "No." She doubled down, making for a visibly awkward moment between the interviewer, interviewee, and himself. She is feisty. We're not talking about that. And she probably did this finger like this.
You better speak up, Hannah. What's her name?
Hannah. Her name is Child. Her little girl.
You better speak up, baby.
I wonder if he calls her that. Come here, little girl. Come sit on daddy's big lap.
Nobody wants
That's
to think about
beautiful.
that.
You don't think so?
Nobody wants to dip. Probably, yeah. That's like how Shannon Sharp was going to put that big black baby in.
You want to come and put, I want that big black baby in me. 25,000 per cheek. I've been trying to say that all week, and nobody's taking me up on my offer of 25,000. I think my friends just don't have that type of money.
You might get $2.50 for your booty cheek if you don't get out of here.
My 34-year-old booty cheek.
34-year-old.
That's nice. $50,000 and come lay down on top
and
of me.
The accusers are coming out of the woodworks now.
For Shin? Oh, yeah.
What did you think?
Yeah. It's downhill from now.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Shannon, that's a fall from grace.
Yeah, and I'm sad that it had to happen to him because I liked Uncle Shay Shay since I saw him with the Henny and the cigar. I felt like he could be a good, guy. But then it always happens like this. It'd be some stupid ass foolishness that gets you all kind of screwed up. Because yes, she's legal. She is very legal, Mr. Shannon. Yes, we know that. Is it right? is, should you be there?
Right.
And should you get caught up in this type of way with a 19-year-old who is entitled and all kinds of stuff, who just feels like you should give her $50 million now? She's an OnlyFans girl. You're going to find a nice 19-year-old lawyer.
You know, he let her call him the hard R,
Oh,
too.
yeah. Oh, yeah. Get your ass over here and put that black babies in me with your big gene pool. Don't fall for these women. None of you, especially you, with your big self. Don't let these hussies come on to you and try to take you for your coin, okay? Tell them.
Learn the lessons now.
Exactly. I'm going to have to sit down with y'all with some Brittany Renners and have them tell you what's going on. Speaking of Brittany Renner, she is the... what is she? What was she before?
Whore.
Just a whore?
Yes, she's always been a whore.
An influencer.
Oh, yes. AKA whore.
Brittany Renner, the influencer who had a child with PJ, somebody who was at least 12 years old at the time.
PJ Mask. PJ, he's that young. Baby, shit.
She turned Muslim.
Oh, God.
She turned to a Muslim after she decided that she wanted to find God. And then she was talking about how she wasn't going to be dating no Muslim man because they're, whatever. She is now currently dating Kevin Gates.
Yeah, I did hear that.
As a full-blown Muslim woman, she is now dating Kevin Gates, who has a wife and is controversial as hell because he can't mind his business.
She's also the one who was bouncing on Charlton Whitehead's lap.
Exactly.
So
yes. Yeah. I
just
know
keeps reinventing herself.
I like to listen to the comments and stuff because people be like, y'all just gotta give her a chance. Somebody try to change around their life and y'all still blah blah blah. Performative change is not impressive to me. I'm not impressed by that. And the messenger does matter. Somebody like Brittany Renner could never just be, normal. She is sexually spirited.
Sexually spirited.
Yes, so not judging her because you can do whatever your body, your choice. If you want to have 14, 15 men in there at the same time, that's fine. Aww. That's not my business. But, don't come up here preaching about, caring and loving yourself and all that stuff because I don't believe you. No. I don't believe you. Mm-hmm. Kendrick Lamar and SZA's Grand National Tour showcased two legends in their prime review. Really? Okay. Are you guys interested in this?
Yeah, this would be a dope show.
Are they coming to Boston?
They are. Foxborough.
They're coming to Foxborough, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Do we know when?
Sometime May, June, July.
I just want to hear Squabble Up. That's what I want. That's my song. Squabble Up. And I want a crip walk. That's the kind of things that I want.
Hey, Serena.
Yeah, I am Serena. So, a review, Kendrick Lamar and SZA filled the AT&T Stadium on Saturday, April 26th on the third stop of their joint Grand National Tour. On the year's most anticipated concerts, the tour served as both acts' first ever stadium tour, as both Lamar and SZA are known to tell vivid stories through their receptive poetry bars and painfully relatable song lyrics. The Grand National Tour offers fans the full picture, combining their music with cinematic visuals and theatrical storytelling. That's wonderful. The concert is said to be very great, and you guys should all go see it if you have the money for it. And I believe Beyonce's world tour starts Today, right? Yeah. And the countdown has officially ended and people are excited. Even those people that said they wasn't going to go to Beyonce's tour this year have gotten caught up in the rapture and they are going to it. So that is going to be fun.
I heard that the fans are upset because the tour hasn't sold out.
So the fans are upset?
Yeah, mind your business. What the heck got to
Just as long as you're a fan and you go there. Right. It don't need to be sold out. Who got it? I think that in this age and time, it's really going to go, the entertainers and everybody going to suffer too from everything that's happening. Mm-hmm. People are not just spending money on things that they don't feel necessary. Yeah. If you're part of the beehive, that's necessary for you to go. Yeah. If you're not, I'm not spending that type of money. Mm-hmm. Chris Brown tickets, that's what we were looking up the other day?
Yes.
Was those Brown. 137 starting off at?
Yeah.
I'm not going to it. And last but not least, Kai Cenat.
Well, you didn't say about TD Jakes.
Oh, TD Jakes TD Jakes has given over the Pottery House to his daughter and son-in-law. And they are going to be the new head leaders and pastors of the Potter's house. And I'm excited about that.
Yeah.
So he had a heart attack.
He did?
Remember he had that incident on stage.
Oh, yeah.
And so his health has been declining since then. And so he's decided to step down from his church role.
It's interesting because even with all his controversy, it didn't really stop him from, you know, preaching the word of God.
Yeah.
You know, when you are ordained by the Lord,
do not mess with God's anointed.
Hello.
Hallelujah.
Say this.
Hallelujah.
Say that.
Yes.
Hello. And Kai Cenat turned his latest live stream all the way up with 2 Jamaican superstars. He had Spice Official in the building and also the big bad world boss, Vibes Cartel. He came through the Kick It with Kai and it was a whole movie. The vibes were so good that fans couldn't help but wish they could have joined the group. The Shade Room snagged footage from Kai Cenat's latest live stream, and here's a little bit of it right here. Go ahead, Tristan. Hey. Get it.
Got the formula.
Get it. Get it. Get it.
Bumba Cloud.
Read what's the next one? This is when Spice got.
Yeah.
Watch I know. Watch I know. Watch I know.
This is my favorite part right here. Hold on. Ready?
Yes, I love that part.
I was so jealous over the weekend.
I love that.
You know what? Sometimes I want to hate on
so
Kai
jealous.
because I'm like, you just got a live stream in your house.
Yep.
But you can't because it's just so genuine and just so like.
He's got the formula.
Yeah, he did.
Whatever
did that.
it is, he got that and did that, and good for him.
I was
Good for
watching
him.
his first live stream ever when he was just a little boy, and that same energy he has now is the same energy he had then.
How
and
old
I think
is he?
he's like 25, probably.
And where is he from?
Trinidad.
Oh, he's Trinidadian.
His
Okay.
mother is.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
'Cause
So
I heard a
I'm
little bit of-
excited about that. So good for Kai. Shout out to Vibes Cartel. I think that Vibes Cartel is proven to be what artists should be.
Yep.
You know, personable.
Yeah.
You know, going to different places, reaching back in, helping family.
Yeah.
You know, like. He is everywhere, and it seems like he's just kind of having fun getting back into society.
He's riding
and
the
that's
wave right
dope.
now.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
He's got good success. He seems to have a really dope heart about him too. So he's one of the people that I'm really kind of gaining a big, interest in.
Yeah, I was talking to Noble about him yesterday, and I was saying, like when he first came out, I was like, oh my gosh, I really just want him to get some rest or whatever. But it seems like as he's going and being outside again, he's getting better.
Yeah.
Like it's healing for him.
Yeah.
So this is awesome and good for him, and I hope he just continues to ride the wave in a good way.
Me too. Me too. Big shout out to the world boss.
Yeah,
World boss.
World boss. With that said, people, it's time. We're going to sleep. Watch as soon as I leave here, I'll be like, yes, let's go run. Thank you guys for joining us on this Monday. We'll see you guys bright and early tomorrow. Tomorrow we have mayoral candidate Domingos De Rosa stepping into the studio to talk about his campaign and what's going on. So we're really excited about that. So make sure you guys keep it locked to Spark FM Online, #1 for urban and Caribbean music.
Miss Tony and Rockstone Triz.
Spark FM.
I know you nasty. She be touching on her own